Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Because I've Healed. I am recording this in the streets of Lisbon, somewhere around my neighborhood. If you're watching, you can see that I'm on the steps. And so you might hear a little bit of background noise, but I wanted to, um, keep with the authenticity of just recording as I am, how I am, to get rid of any of the barriers that I might have of thinking that it needs to be perfect or set up. So let me get right into it. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to create more joy in your life. A couple people over the last couple weeks asked me, how do they like raise their vibration? How do they create more joy? How do they become happy? People were dealing with various things from children being sick to relationships potentially ending to relationships having ended and not quite feeling good about it and all that stuff. And so I have a few tips for you for how to bring your vibration back up and how to find joy in your life. And I'm also going to share with you some of the things that I have learned in my energy, not just healing classes, but in my energy classes that I'm taking to learn how to help you activate your own intuition. So, right after the intro, come back and I'll get right into it. Welcome to Because I've Healed, the podcast where we talk about shaking the chains of expectations placed on us by the world. My name is Asha Wilkerson, and I'm a former high achieving attorney and college professor turned healing focused life coach for Black women. Each week, I'm bringing you a life lesson that started with healing. Not only will I explain the chains I was able to break, but also the success I experienced after. Let's get to healing. So let me tell you about a time where I felt like I was having a hard time activating joy and having a hard time kind of raising my vibration to the level that I knew that would attract the things that I wanted. So it was after I had left Oakland and I was back in Portland. I was visiting my mom, staying with my mom for a couple months for a few reasons. One, I thought it would be a good transition out of Oakland and into Lisbon. Two, I wanted to spend a couple months with her because now I'm going even further away and our parents are getting older every day, just like we are. And so I was intentional about trying to spend time with her. Three, I wanted to just have a space, like a little bit of cushion, so that I could just be in a space that was comfortable in Portland, the place that I grew up before I set out into the world. And I know that Portland for me will always be home. It's always a great place to come back to. But Portland for me is not a place where I thrive. It's not a place where I feel good for longer than a month. It's a great place in the summer. It's a great place to catch up with my childhood best friend. It's a great place to see my mom. It's a great place to have people come visit when it's nice and warm outside. But it is not a place where I thrive. And looking at my astrocartography map, it is confirmed. Portland, the West Coast, is not a place where I thrive. I can be okay, but after a while, it just starts to wear on me. And not for any reason in particular, but just because it just doesn't align with me. So that's that. And I kept trying to do all of these things. I kept thinking, like, wow, Asha, you've taken this major step in the right direction for what you want to do. And you're doing everything that you said that you want to do. And even when I knew that this decision was absolutely the right decision for me, there was still that period of feeling down. There was still that period of feeling like I was frustrated and like, even though I was taking the steps, there was a waiting period where I felt like I just didn't have any control. There was nothing that I needed to control the outcome of. It was literally just a waiting period for the time for me to go to Lisbon. And what I realized in that period as I was talking to my mom, because let her tell it, I had an attitude, and I'm gonna tell on her too. She had an attitude. We both had an attitude, not necessarily with each other, but both of us were just dealing with stuff. And as I was talking to her, I said, this period is hard, even though I know that it is exactly what I'm supposed to do because I don't have my usual things that I could do to raise my vibration. And for me, that's dancing. I love dancing. I love putting on music and just having it loud and kind of zoning out. I love spending time with my friends. I love sitting outside. There's a wine tasting bar in Oakland called Rosenbloom where I have spent countless hours sitting in the sun, sipping some sparkling rosé, chatting with my friends, and watching the fairies come in and out. I lost the things that I knew how to do when I was living by myself in Oakland to make myself feel good. And even a few months ago in Lisbon during the winter holidays, I was thinking I wasn't down, but it was just winter, right? It was winter, it was cold, it wasn't rainy yet, thankfully. It was still sunny, but it was freezing. And so I wasn't going outside very much. And just kept thinking, gosh, what were the things that I used to do? The salsa scene in Lisbon is not that great. So, um, I hadn't been going out to go dance because I also just didn't know the people either. And I thought to myself again, what are the things that you love to do and you have to go do them? So last week or a couple weeks ago, when my friends asked me, how do you raise your vibration when you are just feeling down? The first thing to do is to go and move your body. Go for a walk, go do some yoga, go dance, do something that allows you to move because the energy in your body will get stuck. Like literally, you physically need to move and you will feel lighter. You could do it through exercise, but make sure it's something that after you do it, you feel really good after you do it. Not just exercise that's going to deplete you, but maybe exercise that releases some endorphins and some dopamine and makes you feel good. So you got to move your body. If you love to dance, go dance. If you love to listen to music, go listen to music. If you love to take walks, go take walks. There's something else that happens when we go and take walks. Our bodies, our skin is our biggest organ, and we absorb so much stuff through our skin. And when we don't allow ourselves to get out and to receive the sunshine, to absorb the minerals in the air, to touch the earth, we're missing a big part that helps us feel better as humans. So you've got to get outside, go touch some dirt, just be outside, particularly like in nature if you can, even just a few minutes a day or as much as you can, a few minutes a week. If that's all you have, then do that. The second thing you need to do is to focus inward. When you are not feeling good or when your vibration is low, particularly because you are around other people or because there's a relationship that's ending or a relationship that is challenging, that is affecting how you feel, you have to turn your attention back onto yourself. Do not worry about what the other person is doing. Do not worry about how they make you feel or the things that you wish you would have done or what's going to happen in the future. You need to think about the good times that you had and how you felt if you felt good with that person and make sure that you recreate those feel good moments for yourself. It is your responsibility and only your responsibility to make you feel good. Somebody else can't make you feel good. We often look externally to try and raise our vibration. We want somebody else to make us happy. But the trick is to be happy yourself and then you meet somebody else who amplifies that. Somebody can't fix it for you. They can't make you feel good. What you enjoy when you are with other people, it's how you feel when you are around them. It's not that they make you feel that way, but maybe their energy allows you to be more of yourself, allows you to laugh more, allows you to have a good time, allows you to explore the quirky sides of yourself. So when your energy is low, when you are in a place that's just frustrated or not happy and it relates to another person, make sure that you turn inwards and focus on yourself. Do the things that you need to do to make yourself feel better. Go make yourself a beautiful dinner. Go take yourself out to dinner. Go get your makeup done if you like that, or get your hair done, or call your friends up and say, hey, I just need a night with you all and I need to go have fun. Do the things that work for you. Don't worry about anybody else. And the third thing that you need to do when your energy is low and when you are looking for joy and happiness and it feels elusive is I don't want you to think about it too much. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but particularly for folks who are in the midst of a healing journey, you're not supposed to be in the depths of your healing journey for a really long time. And if you get so focused on thing, the thing becomes harder and harder to grasp. So the more I thought, okay, let me raise my vibration, let me be happy, the harder it was to be happy. I literally had to stop thinking about whatever I felt like the issue was and go do something completely different that was fun. And that, as a result, made me feel so much better. So when you are hyper focusing on the thing that you're trying to fix or the emotion that you're trying to feel, or when you're hyper focusing on trying not to feel an emotion, that's when it becomes even harder. And the counterintuitive trick is to distract yourself and focus on something else. Don't worry about whether or not you're growing and you're developing and you're repeating the same patterns. And why are you unhappy again when just 6 months ago you were unhappy and you thought you had moved through that? Forget about that for a moment and just go out and do something that brings you joy. Go out and do something that is fun for you. Go out and do something new if you like learning new things. And do not worry about the work so much. The work will get easier when you are having fun and when you are enjoying your life outside of the work. It becomes so much easier. All right. I hope that this episode helped you. I hope that these 3 tips helped you today. And I want you to know that I have created a joy activation challenge that's put together from my experience, from my learnings, and it is coming in the form of a 5-day email sequence for you. Inside the email sequence, you will get a journal, one that's fillable and one that you can print out and write in by hand. You will get 3 days of meditation and you will get daily reflection and journal prompts so that you can activate your joy and raise your vibration in just 5 days. I'm really, really excited about it. I really want you to experience it because I think it's a great tool. It's the things that I have been talking about and have been doing over the past year that have definitely brought joy into my life. It's no wonder that I'm sitting in front of this yellow wall. If you're watching on the video, you can see it, but this yellow wall. And I just bought, I don't even remember what the mineral is called, some crystal that is yellow. And as soon as I looked up the meaning of it and what energy it brings, it says joy and happiness and focus and concentration. I was like, give it to me. That's exactly what I want today. So if you are looking to join the email challenge, I want you to go to ashawilkerson.com/email and sign up for my email. You will then be added to the list, or you can go to the show notes, click the link below in the show notes, and you can join the email challenge directly. All right. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you for listening. Please let me know how you feel like these 3 tips resonate with you. And I look forward to seeing you inside the community. Ciao. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the podcast. The best way to keep in touch is to go to my website, ashawilkerson.com, and join my email list. If you'd like more information about this episode that you just listened to, head to the show notes and you'll find all the details and all the links. See you next week.